Ah, unnecessary slow motion, we meet again. Gangster Squad is a movie that follows a bunch of cops in 1949 who band together to stop a gangster named Mickey Cohen, who's played by Sean Penn. They're not working under the law anymore, they're just trying to stop him and push him out of Los Angeles before he takes over the town completely. Now going into Gangster Squad, let me go back a little bit. When they first released the trailer to Gangster Squad, like, earlier on last year, I was really excited for it. It was coming out in September. The trailer looked awesome. There were really cool action scenes that seemed to be in the trailer. And then the Dark Knight Rises shooting happened, which is a tragic event. I know that, but I did not see a reason at all for them to actually change the movie. There's no reason to change somebody's vision of a movie because something completely unrelated happened. I'm going off topic here. However, I just didn't see why it had to happen. And after the reshoots and they changed some scenes, I was still looking forward to it. I was just worried that they kind of ruined what Ruben Fleischer really wanted out of the movie. And I do think that the reshoots kind of played a factor in me enjoying the movie less than I should have. Don't get me wrong, this movie is enjoyable, it's fun, however, it's just not all that memorable in my opinion. First of all, you have an ensemble cast here. You have Ryan Gosling, you have Josh Brolin, you have Sean Penn, you have Emma Stone, you have Giovanni Ribisi, you have Anthony Mackie, you have Michael Pena, you have Robert Patrick, you have Nick Nolte, you have, I think I just named 9 actors, 9, 10. That's just a great cast overall, and everybody in this movie is fantastic. Josh Brolin is the central character of the movie. He's the sergeant that gets this group together. He's fantastic in the movie. Emma Stone plays her part well. Sean Penn really gets into his character. He chews up scenery whenever he's on screen. He's just amazing to watch. And everybody else I mentioned is also great in their respective roles. Robert Patrick plays this gunslinger type guy, and Bryan Cranston was originally supposed to play the role that he played. And honestly, I would have liked to see that because I love Bryan Cranston in anything he does. But I think Robert Patrick was a little bit of a better choice for this cowboy-esque role. And one person I really want to touch on here is Ryan Gosling. And Ryan Gosling is a fantastic actor. He has put in some Oscar-worthy performances. He has created memorable characters for me. However, this movie, it's a love-hate relationship because on one hand, his character has this mean streak about him that I loved and he's funny at times. And on the other hand, his voice just sounds like a teenage boy. It's just, I don't know why he did that, and it just didn't make sense. It didn't sound menacing for the scenes he had to be in. Not menacing per se, but just manly. Most of the movie, his voice is just so high and it's really annoying. And also, this is a minor gripe that people probably didn't even notice, but I get that they smoke a lot in the 1940s and 50s, but Ryan Gosling starts out almost every single scene by putting a cigarette in his mouth, lighting it, and then throwing around his lighter like this, trying to close it. It was really irritating, and I don't know why I noticed that, but it was just kind of annoying. Now, moving on, Ruben Fleischer directed this movie, and he directed Zombieland and 30 Minutes or Less. And this movie, there are a lot of comedic moments in this movie, and he does that very well. This guy knows how to direct comedy for the most part and make it really, really funny. So those parts are done really well. There are some dramatic moments in the movie that I thought were fine, but this guy, I don't think he has a damn clue how to direct action. For the most part, like, their action scenes with Tommy guns, and it's just slow-mo, it's like I hate Tommy guns. I don't want to go too far into that, but I hate Tommy guns just because they're so inaccurate, and every time someone's shooting, it's down on their waist, they're just going and they're hitting everybody, and coupled with slow motion, it just doesn't make sense that much. A lot of the action in the movie isn't that great. There are some action scenes where the slow-mo kind of works, but I hate slow motion like this. It's not necessary. They're not using it to show off something specific that you might miss if slow motion wasn't there. Now, I will say this, there's a hand-to-hand combat scene near the end of the movie involving Josh Brolin and Sean Penn, and I love hand-to-hand combat scenes. It was really intense and it was brutal. It didn't go on for too long, maybe a few minutes, and I just loved it. It was really intense. Hand-to-hand combat is my favorite type of action, hands down. And I will say this, I hope they release the original cut that was intended for theaters in September on Blu-ray and DVD, because you know what? It deserves to be seen, because that's what they originally wanted out of this movie, and I want to see it, because I think if I see that, I will enjoy the movie more, because it's the original vision, and that one scene in the theater, while it will be jarring, could be jarring for people involved in that Dark Knight thing, I think it could add a lot to the movie. So I'm sure someone's gonna call me insensitive for saying that, but you know what? I think the artistic vision deserves to be seen, and I'm going to give this version of Gangster Squad, I'm going to give it a B. It's enjoyable, the acting for the most part is very good. The direction, the action, it's not that great, but the comedy bits in the movie are really well done, and the story is interesting enough to keep me going. So you know what? I enjoyed most of Gangster Squad. I still want to see that director's cut, but you know what? I'm just gonna drop that now because I've said enough about it. What do you guys think of Gangster Squad? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Who was your favorite actor in the movie? Do you think they should release that director's cut or the original cut of the movie when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD? Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, well, you know, I'll just have to take a Tommy gun and be perfectly accurate, you know?